Hi, and welcome to Stamp with Ginny. Today I'm going to share with you how I made this double stitch Painted Seasons birthday card with the Painted Seasons stamp set that you can earn right now for free during Sale-a-bration when you purchase coordinating items that I've used to make this card. So let me set this aside and we'll get started. Okay, the first thing you're going to bring in are 2 pieces of cardstock that you've cut with the Rectangle Stitched Framelits Dies. I've happened to use the largest one here that will fit on a card front, and then I've used one that will fit around my sentiment as the second layer. So I cut those out with my Big Shot, and I need to adhere them together. I'm going to take a little bit of snail, and I am going to tap that a couple of times to take off some of the adhesive, and then I am going to lay this in the center and adhere it down lightly. And now I'm ready to start stamping. So I'm going to take the Life is Grand Make-A-Wish stamp and my basic gray ink pad, and I'm going to ink that up. I like to do the sentiment first on this because that way I know where to place the flowers, and I am going to stamp. And then I am going to start by stamping my flowers. I'm going to start with my Berry Burst, and I'm going to ink up these flowers, and I am going to stamp randomly, and I like to twist them slightly so that the flowers don't look all the same. And one down here, and one here, and then I'm going to do part of one over here. And now I'm ready to start with my dots and my leaves, and I'm using Granny Apple for this. So I am going to stamp once again randomly, and I'm going to stamp around the sentiment and the flowers, and then I'm going to come back with the Granny Apple again and stamp the dots. And once again, this is random. And if you notice, the ink is not doing a complete stamped image on the space where the 2 cardstocks meet, and that's okay because in the next step we'll hide that. Okay, now that I've got my stamping done, I'm ready to move this to the side and bring in my card base and my second rectangle that I cut out with my Rectangle Stitched Framelits Dies, and I simply used the coordinating one that I liked with this, and I'm going to add some adhesive to the back here, and I am going to layer this onto my card front. There's this first piece. Okay, and once I have that layered piece onto my card base, I want to take this off, and I can just twist it because I've made this a little less tacky. It will allow me to remove it easily, and I'm going to add some adhesive here onto my Granny Apple Green, and I'm going to adhere that in place, lining it up the way I'd like, and then I'm going to add some adhesive on the back of this. And because I've used my sentiment, I know which direction this will go easily, and so I'm going to simply adhere that on top. And as you can see, those partial leaves and things are covered by the mat. So let me show you the original again. If you'd like any of these products, feel free to stop by my online store. You can get there from my blog, Stamp with Ginny. Thanks for joining me.